We have been following the grift that is Melania Trump's new memoir on this channel for a long time, but it seems like this book, which is published today, has culminated with one of the strangest Fox interviews that I have ever seen. Melania joined The Five live on air today and really just struggled to answer any of their questions, especially those about Trump. But when she did, the things she said really sent the Fox hosts into a state of panic. You could see on their faces, you could hear in the awkward silences just how much of a mess this interview is, especially with 29 days left until this election. And so I want to get into all of that. But before I do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really goes a long way in supporting this channel and the community that we are building here. But before we get into this Melania interview, which you should be excited to see, I think it is important that we start with a little bit of context on some of the questions that Melania was asked about with this article right here. Melania Trump will have a long-distance relationship with the White House if Trump wins again, First Lady experts predict. As Melania Trump has long made clear, she did not enjoy her time as First Lady, as evidenced by, among other things, the fact that she delayed her initial move to Washington, the infamous "Who Gives an F About Christmas" tape, the reports that she was miserable and very, very unhappy with her life, and the massive grin on her face when she disembarked in Palm Beach on January 20th, 2021. As a source told People later that year, she was relieved her husband's term had ended. So I wanted to bring up that article before we get into the interview because Melania was asked several times about what she would plan to do if she was in the White House again, and she made it very clear that is not something that she would look forward to. It was an absolute disaster. We're going to get into it, starting with this clip right here.
Can I ask another question?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. There are a lot of women who are on the fence. Not a lot, a few. What would you say to them regarding why Donald Trump should be president?
Well, we could see in the 4 years that he was there, country was in great shape. Country was safe, country was prosperous, and he will bring that back.
Yes.
It is so clear that Melania Trump is on Fox, not as a surrogate for her husband, not like Doug Emhoff has been, appearing on interviews and shows and social media clips, doing everything he can to talk about Kamala Harris's accomplishments and why she would make such an incredible president. Melania is only there to promote her book and is really just fed up with any questions about Donald Trump. When asked about how he was helpful to women or why they should vote for him, when she finished her kind of non-answer, there was just an awkward silence. The Fox host thought that she was going to keep talking, but she really just doesn't care at all. And you can really start to tell that. You can really understand how little she cares about Trump and politics at large when she was asked the question of whether she would marry him again if she knew this would be the outcome of her life. Let's take a look.
I love the cover.
Because it's black.
It's black. Like you, I was a model. And do you ever... yeah, some magazines you probably never heard of, but they're out of business now. Yeah. Do you ever stop and think about your life and wonder, how did you get here? Like, you came to the United States in '96. You arrived at JFK. And then you end up in the White House. And... obviously you didn't expect it, but does it ever kind of have these moments where, how did I get here?
Yeah, it's an incredible journey, incredible story, where I came from small town in Slovenia and then went to Milan, Paris, New York. And, you know, you never know what can happen in life, right? We don't know the future. We don't know what will happen next year. So, you know, here we are.
Would you have married Donald Trump if you had a crystal ball that said he would be president?
That's a interesting question.
By the way, does he ever sleep?
Yes. He doesn't sleep much. He does, of course.
Does he wear pajamas?
No.
Oh. No? What does he wear when he sleeps, Melania?
Well, one of the things she does get into in the book, Greg, since I've read it and you haven't, obviously, the first date.
Yes.
And how he courted you, and that courtship was very special. These are just many of the things you reveal in the book. What are those moments when Greg alluded to it? Where am I?
that silence is pretty loud. It seems like Melania is not really happy with Donald. And man, does that make me smile. Again, Doug Emhoff is hitting the campaign trail for Kamala Harris, and Melania Trump can't even support her husband without making sure that she is first selling a book or some merchandise or some jewelry. I don't know what she's trying to hawk right now besides this book, but it's so funny that she does not care at all, and it is so transparent that she does not want to be there, that this is just such a chore for her. And that is also true when she was asked this question right here.
Yes.
When you are hopefully First Lady again,
Yes.
will you continue with the Be Best initiative? I know that was near and dear to your heart in those 4 years.
I will do that. And also, we need to see what will happen in a few months and what next year will bring, and new issues will come, right? So you need to tackle those issues, and you need to...
Again, it's incredibly clear that she doesn't want to return to the White House. It's why I wanted to read that article first, because she has no interest being back there. She was asked whether she would continue the initiatives that she started. I don't remember what those were. I think I followed this stuff pretty closely. She didn't have much of an impact, but she's pretty much saying, I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I don't really want to be involved. And again, it's just so funny to me. This is such a disaster, and it continued to get worse when she was asked some personal questions about Donald Trump. But let's check out her answer.
Melania, is there something you would want people to know about your husband that they probably don't know that they should know? Something that they would be, oh, that's, that's pretty good. Like something.
Well, I have some stories, and Jesse, you read it in the book. So they're kind of, cute, nice stories. And he's very warm. He's fun. He has a great personality. And all he wants, he's very passionate about this country. All he wants to make this country safe. So everybody has jobs and enjoying family life. And, he's treating everybody equal. He doesn't, man or woman. He could be tough on a woman. He could be tough on a man. We experienced that.
We've seen that. We've seen that.
Does he make you laugh?
Yeah. Yes, he does, of course. Yes. Yeah.
That's the key.
He is. He is.
All right. Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much, Melania, and congratulations. Good luck with the book.
Thank you.
Melania,
everyone.
there
Again, this is just, I'm cracking up. This is the opposite of a campaign stop. What do you want people to know about your husband that would maybe make them want to vote for him? I don't know. She just doesn't care at all. And she's only there to promote the book. It's so clear. She pretty much just says, buy the book. Buy the book if you want to know. This is not campaigning for Melania. She could not care less. The only thing that did seem to spark her interest was talking about Donald Trump being called a threat to democracy, which he is. And I want to take a look at that right here.
Yes, I do. I think, when they call him, he's a threat to democracy, let's ask ourselves, who is really a threat to democracy? They are ongoing with the lawfare against the former president, as well as, trying to get him off the voting ballots and trying to, silence him. So, yes, of course, I was always afraid what can happen, and that they continuing with that kind of language is just, it's a toxic atmosphere.
I have no sympathy for Melania Trump. I don't think anyone should. Saying that it's horrible for Donald Trump to be called a threat to democracy. Oh, the rhetoric. I also remember the recent revelation that when Melania Trump was asked by an aide whether Donald Trump should respond to the January 6th insurrection, tell those violently attacking our Capitol to go home, she said no, didn't care, couldn't be bothered. No, he shouldn't do that. He shouldn't tell people to be peaceful. She is just as bad as he is. I have no sympathy, and I have no sympathy for this BS complaint that it's Democratic rhetoric that is so bad. It's Democrats that are the problem. But considering that we just had to sit through all of that Melania, even though it was pretty fun, I think we should contrast her non-message with the incredible message that Kamala Harris is delivering out on the campaign trail with this clip right here.
To craft the most serious and strong border security bill we've seen in years. Yes. Donald Trump got word of it and told them, don't put the bill up for a vote because he didn't want a solution, because he preferred to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. So then we had to do, in addition to what we've done since day one in trying to strengthen the border, we took further action in terms of executive action. We have seen illegal immigration reduced by half, the intake of fentanyl reduced by half. But ultimately, if we want a real fix to this, Congress has to act.
Donald Trump is always focused on causing problems, creating chaos, and maintaining division because that's how he succeeds. On fear, on anger, chaos. That's what he wants. Kamala Harris wants to get stuff done. Couldn't be more clear. Couldn't create a greater contrast than that. And it is a contrast that we have to keep talking about and will be on this show every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.